Today is the day that so many of us have been waiting for. Our contractor and his crew are breaking into our lumber package to begin framing. After moving the mobile home, breaking ground, knocking down trees, trenching, compacting crushed rock for the foundation, and pouring cement footers and stem walls, our construction crew is beginning to frame this 2,000 square foot home with a wraparound porch and a 2,123 square foot attached garage. But then, disaster strikes. We are Hidden Creek Family Ranch, a 3-generational family teaming up to build our homestead from scratch in North Idaho. When we began excavation and hit water, Joel immediately determined that there were going to be a few big changes we would have to make. First was digging that big trench all around the perimeter of the build site to divert the water away from our foundation. Second was to build the house raised up on stem walls as opposed to on a solid concrete foundation, which is what our plans actually call for. The garage will still have a solid slab floor so that we can drive our vehicles in and out, but all of the framing for the house and the garage will be built up on top of our 2-foot stem walls, leaving about a 3-foot crawl space below the subfloor of the house with steps leading up to the house at the front porch and in the garage. And to complicate things, the differential in height between the house and the garage is going to change. This is going to give Joel a whole new challenge because our original plans actually call for the entire build to be on a solid concrete slab. Now that we're raising it up on stem walls, Joel is going to have to make his own calculations for that height adjustment. He's totally confident that he's got this, so of course, we are too. I hope that you stick around to see how all of this works out. I'm documenting the whole journey right here on our channel, so stay tuned, don't miss our upcoming episodes. The guys just arrived and are ready to start pulling out lumber, so I'm going to get back up there and start filming this build. First up are cripple walls, which will sit on the footers to support the subfloor. These are built with 2x6s, spaced 16 inches on center, and bolted into the footers with anchor bolts. After grinding down any minor bumps in the concrete, treated lumber is then secured to the stem walls using 2x6s for the perimeter of the house and 2x8s for the garage. Then the floor joists are brought in and set on top of the cripple walls, also spaced 16 inches on center. With the floor joist complete, it was time to move on to the subfloor. 1.25" tongue and groove CDX plywood was secured with subfloor adhesive and galvanized nails. Well, it is getting really, really hot. It's about 90 degrees. The guys are done for the day. They've been working with these 4x8 CDX plywood sheets that are impregnated with exterior adhesive. So the glue itself is heavier than the wood. So guys are done. They're gonna head back tomorrow morning, try to get the subfloor finished. The girls and I, we're gonna go cool off in the creek.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
The girls are still down in the creek and the weather just totally shifted. It feels like we've got a summer rainstorm rolling in. It just rolled in super fast. Whoa! A storm just rolled in. That is so crazy. Get up here, girl. We've got thunder and lightning heading our way. We just had to bail and run for cover. We have a huge storm rolling in right now, and I hear thunder off in the distance, but it's getting close really fast. So we're just gonna stay inside, stay safe.
Just us two, me and you.
Whoa, it's getting really close. All right, we just had a gnarly lightning strike right here on our land. It was unquestionably right out here in front of us. Shook the house. Good God, that was insane.
It was like this. It was like this.
Yeah.
It was louder than that.
That was close. That was really close. It's moving fast. That's gone. That's the last of it. Thank God. Well, good morning. Funny I said well, actually. I have a story to tell you about our well. But first, let me start off with that crazy storm we had last night. That was gnarly. That is the closest I have ever been to lightning. It hit right here on our land, somewhere out here in the meadow. And we know this because the lightning strike and the boom of the thunder happened simultaneously. And it shook the house and it shook us to our core. It was pretty gnarly. So it certainly happened right here. The power went out just for a couple of seconds, actually, and then came back on. And we carried on with our evening for a little bit and then got a phone call from Mom and Dad. Hey, you guys have water down there? No. Do you? No. The lightning strike must have taken out our well. We do have an electric well pump, and we're thinking that maybe lightning struck out here with so much water in the land and blew up the well pump. I don't know. David's getting himself up and going right now. He's gonna get over there, jump down into that well vault, check it out, and see if he can diagnose this situation. Meanwhile, we do have power, we don't have water. And that's, there's advantages and disadvantages to living in the city and living in the country. Living in the city, I lost power countless times. Can't even tell you how many times, especially where we were in Simi Valley when the Santa Ana winds would pick up. We would lose power for sometimes over 24 hours. That's a whole other story, but never lost water down there. And but here, we're on our own well. We're not dependent on anybody else for that. And because we have an electric well pump, if we lose our electricity, then that means we lose our water. So later on down the road, we do plan on being prepared to go off-grid with our power. Meanwhile, we are dependent on it to get our water out. So fortunately, Mom and Dad purchased this gadget. I didn't bring it over here with me, I should have, but I'll show it to you in a little bit. It's a manual water pump, and it just hooks right up to our well. Our well is 90 feet deep, and you can just manually pump the water up and out. It's a little like Little House on the Prairie, but it works, and we can access water as needed. So hopefully David can solve this problem and we can get our well pumping again. But meanwhile, we are pumping it ourselves. I'll take you on over there in a little bit when I pump my next round of water. I fill up pots and jugs and things like that so that we have water for coffee and cooking and baths, showers, all of that. So let's go check it out. All right, so I am over here at our well. These 3 blue contraptions are the manual water pump for the well. This is the well itself, goes down 90 feet. This is our spigot here, so we run a hose here for watering and whatnot around here, and then this one is our water line, temporary water line to the mobile home. So all you do is just take this cap off. We keep this cap on here just to keep the insects and rodents, whatever, out of here, because this does access the well. We don't want anything going way down into there and rotting away. And then we just take this pipe right here, pull out this plug, put that in here. Secure this one up on top. That'll do it. And then get the gym workout going on. And there it is. Fresh water straight out of the well. There are several products like this on the market, but we specifically like this one because it's a reasonable price, it was easy to install, it's really reliable, and it's a veteran family-owned business. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, I'll put the link in the description below. David and my dad are taking a look inside the well vault. Let's go see what they found.
Something goes out on them though.
David got down into the well vault and he did in fact determine that the well pump controller down inside the vault, it's fried. It's totally unresponsive. So we got hit by lightning. It took out the well pump and we are inexperienced in taking care of something like this. So it's a great learning opportunity for us. We're actually gonna call the guy who installed our whole well system out here and have him show us the ropes, take care of it, and we'll learn along the way. Meanwhile, we're gonna be pumping water manually until they can get out here and handle this for us. You all right? As I look back on this past month and all of the hard work our contractor and his crew have put into the foundational steps of building our home, I'm filled with gratitude for a team that is highly experienced and competent, for this beautiful place to build our homestead, and for a husband who is so committed to making this dream come true that he sacrifices being here for some of these monumental steps in order to work and ensure that we can afford to finish what we began planning 7 years ago. One day in the near future, David, Alina, Isla, and I will wake up together in our new house and walk across this new floor to our new kitchen, looking out over our meadow, reflecting back on this stage we're in now, and moving forward with our next steps in developing our homestead.